Brian Wagner, Senior Editor here at Dragzine, and one of the coolest classes you'll ever come across is Competition Eliminator. These guys are the rocket scientists, mad scientists, if you will, of drag racing. They're always trying to come up with interesting and wild combinations to meet their index. Well, we're going to talk with a guy that has taken a Chevrolet Trailblazer engine and made it run 7 seconds here at National Trail Raceway. Here with Ron Bone running in Competition Eliminator, and Ron, you've got a very interesting combination in this car. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it's the engine's based on basically a Chevrolet Trailblazer motor. It's based on a stock production block and all that. It's got a lot of billet parts in it. We had to manufacture our own crankshaft. We do all our own cylinder head development, machining on pistons. Cylinder head, it's another deal where you got to do a lot of research and development. Camshafts, has a billet intake manifold on it, which we do manufacture right in our shop. Manufactured our own billet throttle bodies, and basically it's I guess it's my engineering project.
What led you to want to go with this combination? This Competition Eliminator is pretty much a rule book, but it's wide open. You can whatever you can dream up. What made you go, hey, a Trailblazer engine is going to be a great deal to build?
Well, basically what you do is you look for a combination that you can make a lot of horsepower with per cubic inch. And what you're trying to achieve is run farther under the index than your opponent. Basically, it's kind of like golf. You got a handicap. We handicap all the cars at the starting line and that sort of thing. And basically, it's a labor of, how would you put it? It's a labor of love, I guess, for it's my engineering project, basically.
Now, you mentioned you switched transmissions. What did you have in this before?
Years ago, we ran a stick shift in the car, and basically what happened there, the car was very fast. We set the national record with it probably 4 or 5 times, and it got to the point where we kept hitting our index, and basically the combination became uncompetitive, so we switched to an automatic transmission. That gave us a new index to mess with, and so here we are.
So you're constantly in this vehicle in research and development mode. You're never 100% happy with what it's doing.
The only thing constant in drag racing is change. If you don't change, you're going to get run over.
Especially in this class, because you have to always find that hidden horsepower to use it when you need it, but you can't use too much of it, because otherwise you get penalized.
Exactly. What happens is it's basically like golf. If you go too far under your handicap gets lowered. It's you try to maintain no more than 0.6 under your index.
When you're working on developing stuff for one of these engine combinations, where do you start to try to peel back the onion and find that hidden horsepower?
Most of the stuff that we concentrate mainly on the cylinder head, induction, exhaust. It's all based on wave tuning, camshaft designs, that sort of thing. Piston design, short block and stuff, we basically go for durability. We spin this thing almost 11,000 RPM.
Wow, that's zinging it hard, then.
Yeah, it's like a bumblebee.
Do you have to go to your different suppliers, and are they shocked at what you have to come up with spec-wise?
Kind of yes, no. It depends on who you're dealing with, but there's a lot of other Comp Eliminator racers out there that they're probably as technologically developed as I am, or even more so.
And it's a matter of always trying to find that. Now, if you have to make a major swing or a major change, where do you look to do that first?
Basically, again, the cylinder head development, that sort of thing. Other areas in the car that we try to concentrate on is also in the transmission. Reduce drag, that sort of thing. You got to make the best out of the horsepower that you have available.
You know, you keep mentioning the changes to the cylinder heads. When you're looking at that, you know, what changes are you trying to make? Or is it granular, or are they wild changes you kind of create?
It's basically, I have a flow bench that I can actually flow test cylinder heads, CFM, that sort of thing. And basically we look for CFM and velocity. and a combination of both. Sometimes too much of one is not good for the other.
So you've got to balance it. Are you running an OEM head on this that you guys play with, or is it a billet head?
It's an OEM Trailblazer head that came out of 2004 Chevrolet Trailblazer. They had 290 horse from the factory. Right now we're making about 685.
So you literally have a decent supply of these that you can play with and figure things out.
I have more than one, trust me.
Now, you've developed the cylinder head. Now the intake on this thing's kind of wild. Talk about, how you couple an intake like that, because that's completely out of the box what you normally would see.
Basically, the intake is designed, I use a resonant wave tuning software program for length, taper, and that sort of thing for the induction system. We design it off those parameters, and we test things on the dyno. I designed it in a computer, and I manufactured the CNC machine in my own shop.
So you literally take it, from a lack of better terms, from farm to table to make it and figure it out?
Yes.
Now, is this an EFI setup as well?
Yes, it's electronic fuel injection.
Now, what do you use to control the vehicle? Because there's a myriad of different EFI systems. What do you guys run?
The system I use currently, it's made by a company called Fast, and it's a pretty good system. I've been using it for years. Not sure if there's anything out there better or not, but it works for me.
And I'm sure that's, again, another way that you could tweak and find ways to improve things as well.
Yes, the big thing about EFI is the tunability. I've got 6 individual fuel curves that I can run in a motor. I get back from a run, I download the data off the data logger, raceback, and we look at analyze it on the computer, and we make changes from there.
This is such an interesting class, Comp is. What attracts you to it, makes you want to, beat your head on the wall to try to go faster?
Well, sometimes it's a lack of smarts on occasion, but basically it's my engineering project. I always wanted to be an engineer, but I ended up being a tool maker, model maker, so it pretty much went hand in hand in making all these fabricated parts.
It's a way to scratch the itch and have a lot of fun doing it, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Well, Ron, it's a beautiful vehicle. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you at the track soon.
Okay, thank you.